Hey there everyone, it is Misterstubstep and I am excited to announce another complete set video. Today I'm going to be showcasing a master set of Sword and Shield base set. So this is going to be super exciting. I'm going to be going over the cards individually, so I'm going to be kind of zooming in. I'm going to try my best with the lighting. Lighting on these types of videos is always a little bit tricky, but I'm going to try to avoid shadowing you guys as much as possible. On the left side, I should be able to just go over the card normally, but on the right side, I might have to angle it a little bit. But if you just want to see the big pages like this, like an overhead view, I should have a timestamp towards the end where I'll just do slow page flips at the end. But yeah, so let's get started with some Sword and Shield base, just some introductory stuff. It was released on the 7th of February in 2020 on the English side. There are 216 unique cards, so 202 in the base set, and then 14 secret rares. And then if you want to take into account reverse holos and all that stuff, then in total there are 381 cards, which is why a 12 pocket binder was required for this. I originally had this in a regular 360. This one holds 480. I had it in a 360, and then I had the rest in like one of those individual like portfolios that you get that came with the pack, and I was like, this is messy. I hate having my set split up. So I got one of these. These are about $30. They're Voltex, really solid. I mean, I wanted to get Ultra Pro for everything, but when they can't fit like this set and pretty much all the sets on the second half of Sword and Shield, they don't fit. So yeah, let's get right into this, and then I'll have some exclusives at the end. If you want like a full master set, I would just go to Mr. Mewman's channel. I always default to him as far as like Sword and Shield master sets and on, because he's just money on those. But all right, let's get into the set. Enough of me blabbering. So we'll start out with that Celebi V. I love grass type, is my favorite type, so I'm always down for the grass, especially starting out with a grass ultra rare in a legendary, which isn't bad at all. So overall, this is a large set. Usually the base sets are pretty large. A lot of times you're going to have two of the same Pokemon in order to make it easier in decks to like evolve and everything. You're going to be including a lot of trainers as well, because I mean it's the base set. A lot of times with the base set, a rotation happens. Scarlet and Violet, which is as of right now subject to release on what, 31 March or something, and that'll include some rotation will occur at that time. So as you can see here, yeah, pretty much, especially with the starters, you have 2 copies of every Pokemon, which is really nice. I did pick Grookey, of course, because I always pick the grass starter my first time playing through Generation. I only played through Generation 8 once, but I put so many hours into it. Please let me know what your favorite Generation 8 Pokemon is. But yeah, this set is pretty nice. I chose to lay it out with just the reverse holos to the right. Some people only include reverse holos. Some people put them in the same pocket to save space. I spread it out, wasting more sleeves and more space, but this is just how I like it done. You know, this is the first time we see V cards, which at first, you know, they're okay, but I think a lot of people kind of got tired of them pretty quickly. And I mean, you got to compare them to like previous GXs and EXs, and you know, what really are you looking for in those cards? Of course, we have the Score Bunny. Got some cute artworks of Score Bunny there. And a Raboot. I feel like all the middle evolutions are always kind of spunky, which is nice. And then Cinderace, or some pronounce it Cinderace. I love Cinderace's design off of like a footballer or soccer player, or however you want to say it. It's pretty awesome signature attacks. I think all the starters had pretty unique signature attacks, which I appreciated, like Rillaboom being a drummer, Inteleon being a sniper, and then Cinderace being like a soccer ball or a soccer player with a freaking fireball as their soccer ball. That was pretty sick. I mean, let's be real. I do really like Centiskorch too. There is that artwork of Kabu, the fire gym trainer or whatever, running on a Gigantamax Centiskorch, and I just love that artwork. It's like a roller coaster, and hopefully I pull that card in my coming openings. But yeah, this set is pretty nice. I mean, I like it. Sword and Shield base. I'll have down below with the packs and individual packs and the booster boxes are going for now. This Lapras VMAX, it is just a beautiful artwork. It's not crazy expensive, but you know, Lapras, you always go back to, it is Fossil, right? Fossil had the Lapras, but you always go back to that, and that is just a beautiful artwork. And then of course in Shiny Fates, you have the shiny Lapras. But yeah, we got some Sobble action. Sobble a little bit bashful. Very different personality from this generation's water type Quaxley, I think. Quaxley? Yeah, with the hair and everything. Got the Inteleon. For so long, this card was just kind of meh, and then people really started utilizing that Shady Dealings, especially with, shoot. Sorry, forgetting the name. Drizzile. There we go. I know the Shiny Drizzile and Shiny Faints used to go for a lot, but everything's been so overprinted now that it's not really that big of a deal, and Sword and Shield base is on the brink of rotation, so nothing too crazy. Of course, you gotta include Pikachu in the base set. Got Raichu. I really like that Raichu artwork. Chinchou, one of my favorite Pokemon of all time. Well, Lantern is one of my favorite Pokemon of all time, but Chinchou being the pre-evolution of it, of course, I'm gonna show some love. And that is actually a Lantern by my favorite artist. So that's very, very nice, very nice. Continuing with our Electric Lightning. Tapu Koko. I feel like Tapu Koko is kind of randomly thrown in here, but whatever. Generation 7 legendary. Sorry, I almost went off the page because I was thinking so hard. Boltund? Boltund's kind of meh to me, but I really like the artworks that they gave Boltund in this. Like, that is such a, it's a good pup. Good pup. Got Pincurchin. More Pico. The signature Pokemon of one of my favorite characters from the Sword and Shield era. And Galarian Rapidash. Misterstubstep's favorite line is the Ponytail line, and by extension, loves the Galarian Ponytail line. Of course, you gotta have some Gengar action here. This is a really nice Gengar artwork. I really like this Gengar artwork. The Hollow's okay. I think it's better than the black and white Hollow, but it's still kind of just meh. I'm very curious at what Scarlet and Violet's reverse Hollows and their Hollow foilers are gonna be. Now with every pack containing, what, three Hollow cards? Foil cards? I love how, like, the TCG and, like, the official, it's always referred to as foil, but no one ever refers it to as, like, foiling. Like, I know in other card games and other collectible cards, they refer to it as foiling, but we always just say hollow, which I think is kind of funny. You might hear some cats eating in the background, so don't be too concerned if you hear some cracking of some, I was going to say hard food, dry food. Rhyperior. Was Rhyperior a necessary evolution? Let me know. Let me know with that protector. I know some people say that the Generation 4 add-on evolutions, some of them are like, why'd they even make them? They're pointless. But then some people are like, yo, those are awesome. And Rhyperior, I feel like, is, Rhydon, I don't know. It's tough. I had a Mudsdale when I played through, I think Mudsdale was originally Generation 7, so I had a Mudsdale when I first went through. That ability Stamina is pretty nice. Every single time you get hit, your defense goes up. Sandaconda, I did have a Sandaconda on my playthrough of Sword. Or Shield, sorry, I played through Shield. And when you get hit, a Sandstorm gets spun up, which is pretty funny. I just imagine, like, if you just punch the snake and then all of a sudden it just spits out a Sandstorm. Its ability spit up. Stonejourner, a fascinating Pokemon. Fascinating design. My goodness. And, like, Gigantamax forms are one thing because their forms actually change. But for everything else, like, they're trying to give the impression of them getting bigger, because that was, the whole Galarian Zigzagoon, classic. As soon as it's in play, you can put a damage counter on your... So, very useful ability. A lot of people scooping that thing up all day. Skorupi, I love Drapion and its design. It just isn't the best in the video games, which is unfortunate. Like, it has a cool typing and everything, too. Not too many weaknesses, but yeah, just not the best for some reason. Even got some Feeble action, always looking proud. Galarian Meowth. Berserker. Yeah, it's a big set. I wish I could go a little bit faster, but, we can appreciate some of the artworks here. Ferrothorn, Galarian Stunfisk. I thought it was unnecessary at first, but Stunfisk just kind of grows on you. I'm pretty sure there's, like, a whole subreddit based around Stunfisk. Like, I don't know. Some subreddits I understand and some I don't, but memes are powerful. Copperajah, I love that artwork. It's just simple. It really highlights the Pokemon. Zacian V was the king for so long, and now, it's just kind of forgotten. Snorlax, not my favorite artwork, but this Snorlax VMAX, that Gigantamax form, is amazing. I love that artwork. This is almost reminiscent of, if you've played Scarlet and Violet, when you fight a terrestrialized Pokemon that's rock-type. It kind of gets that on the top of its head. So, are all terrestrialized rock types just have little mini Snorlaxes on top of their head? I don't know. You be the judge. Got the Minccino with the Cinccino having that make do ability, which is very useful, but then a lot of Pokemon now have come out with pretty much that ability as well, but just being different colors. And then Oranguru with that Primate Wisdom, which is nice for stacking the deck, if I remember that card correctly. It's been a while since I've played the game. I want to play it again, but the TCG Live is just not looking too hot, and I still would like to give you all like codes and everything, so I'm kind of in a awkward spot. Like, I still want to play it, but I don't know. I just want it to be on the phone. My computer right now is really slow, so I'm not trying to utilize that. Air Balloon, always a staple. That Big Charm. Crushing Hammer. Oh man, classic. I'm a little teaser, but there is a master set that I'm currently collecting, and there's like 5 cards that I'm missing, and one of them is Crushing Hammer, and it's like one of the most expensive cards in the set because it's one of the OG Crushing Hammers. And you know, people always want, when they're blaying out their decks, they want the oldest, most vintage stuff they can find. And Crushing Hammer is a card that's been around for a while. Getting through all these trainers. Of course, you have the Marnie, very polarizing card. You either love it or hate it. You're loving it when it's working for you, and you hate it when it's working against you. Metal Saucer with that Zacian. Dang, it's crazy how it's already been like almost 2 going on, what, 3 years since this stuff came out. That is wild. My channel was, the first booster box I ever opened on my channel was Cosmic Eclipse, but when I officially started openings, it was around when Sword and Shield Base and Rebel Clash were coming out. But all those like later Sun and Moon sets were easily accessible. Professor's Research will always be a staple. Quick Ball until Ultra Ball came back. But I mean, there's also with the, not the Lure Ball, the Level Ball, there it is, for those lower HP. Pokes. But yeah, no, it's been a while. It's weird thinking around that time, PokeRev was like, I mean, he had a channel for a while, and he started, you know, he reached a milli, and I reached 1,000, so just different perspectives, and I'm happy to be where I'm at. Oh, okay, we're going to take some time with these full arts. We got the Delmise V. I did have one of those on my team on Sun, or it's either Sun or Ultra Moon, because I did play through both of them. I did have a Delmise because I was like a beefy, defensive, strong attacking anchor. That's a Ghost and Grass. That's pretty sick. Torkoal, I just love that purple. The Lapras V, really nice full art. Well, Pico V, it's okay. I guess it's cute. Wobbuffet V, I love the coloring, but the art itself is kind of meh. And DDV, love the coloring on this one. Stonejourner V, oh man. Oh man. Sableye V, love how colorful this is. Sableye V, just so devious. The Zacian or Zacian V, really nice card actually. The colors kind of blend, but then they also just work. We have the Zamazenta V, always outshined by the Zacian V. Snorlax V, not the best full art. I mean, it's still Snorlax, which is popular, but just not the best. And it's kind of weird how they're not quite mirroring, but the colors are very similar. Got that bead full art. And then, oh no, an energy card? Yes, the reason why I didn't do this Sword and Shield Master Set for a long time is because I had some cards out at grading for like a little over a year. But now that I have these cards, I can finally do this set. So there's that Marnie. It does exist. Professor's Research, Team Yell Grunt, and now we're getting into the secret rares. That Lapras VMAX. I know Rainbows have really lost their luster over time, but the texture on a Sword and Shield Rainbows, you can't deny that texture. It's so nice. Oh, we have another one. I'm assuming you probably could figure that was a Snorlax. And I know some people might bother you, like, oh my gosh, like just fill in the binder, just buy the singles. I know within my heart of hearts, heart of the cards, whatever you want to say, that I have these cards in my collection. I pulled all these cards myself, so I wanted to get them graded because they meant a lot to me, and so that's how I decided to do it. And then this one, because I got the other Marnie graded, I wanted to get this one graded eventually, so I have it in a card saver to be submitted eventually, so that's why it's in that situation. Got Professor's Research, Team Yell Grunt, and then the final graded card I have, I pulled this one in my first booster box. Actually, if I pulled this, and I pulled the Marnie in my first booster box of Sword and Shield Base, which, that's a pretty good box. Like, those are like both top 5 cards within the set, so pretty amazing. These gold Pokemon, I still think these are underrated. I still think they do. Not very many come in each set, and people love, these are just, you know, all decent tools. to have in secret rare form, especially that quick ball. And then we have even some exclusives. These either came out of blisters, or I think these came out of the lunchbox. Some of them are like non-hollow exclusives, like that Cinderace. But then I also have the Cosmos one. But then I also have the Pokemon League one, which I'm not trying to do a full collection of this. It's just if I came across it and it was Sword and Shield base, I just put it in the back in order. And that's pretty much how I did it. Is that another Cosmos? Yeah, that's another Cosmos. This one I think was like an exclusive from GameStop, but it was just like a non-hollow, so it was kind of boring. Like non-hollow exclusives are just kind of boring. A lot of times they're deck exclusives. Like this Marnie and this Professor's Research are both deck exclusives. But I think that is it. So now I will do the massive pans. All right, now we can do the massive flips going back. You can see the graded cards up there. So please let me know what your favorite card was in this set, or what you think of this set. Do you have? Oh shoot. Okay, not as blinding. We'll do this for the way back. So yeah, let me know what you guys think of this set. Sorry this video was a little bit long, a little long-winded, but I just wanted to give each one of these cards a little bit of love. It is a super long set. I'm just slowly knocking things off my desk with the wind that is being projected out from these massive page flips. But yeah, no, this is a really awesome set, and there's just something about completing a set, having every slot filled and just flipping. It's therapeutic. Like if you're having a bad day, like man, let me just go look at one of my master sets. And we are getting close, going through the set much faster in reverse. Put it in reverse, Terry. Put it in reverse. We're almost to the grass. The grassy finish. The grassy knoll is our finish. But yeah, that is the complete Sword and Shield Master Set with some bonus exclusives at the end. I want to thank y'all so much for watching. Let me know if you have a complete set, or what sets you're completing, or just how your day's been going. I want to thank y'all so much for watching, and I will catch y'all in the next one.